Hello everyone, hope everyone's having an awesome day. Well, today marks 20 years since my musical career started. April 22nd, 1995. I still remember that day. It was my first ever gig and I was super nervous. So on this vlog, I just wanted to take the time to thank some of the people that have supported me all these years and continue to do so. I still can't believe it's been 20 years since all this began. It's been quite the adventure. I've had some amazing gigs. I've played with some amazing, awesome musicians, and wouldn't change it for the world. Fun little fact for you, I never wanted to be a musician. All my family, my brother, my sister, my dad, my mom, they were all musicians, singers, instrumentalists, you name it. But I never had that interest since I was little, and they did. My goal was to be a basketball player. Yeah, totally, completely different. And I love basketball, I still do, but there was just one little problem. When I got to be like about 14 or 15, I stopped growing. I had my growth spurt, but just grew 6 feet tall, and that's it. And not too many NBA players in that range, although there have been some good ones out there. But just couldn't go on. So what did I do? I said, hey, let's try this music stuff. And at first I wanted to be a drummer. And then all of a sudden I had a little guitar just there in my room laying for months. So finally I picked up the guitar after it being there for months, and I just started fooling around a little bit. My dad would show me some chords, some basic stuff. By this time I didn't know nothing, no chords, no scales, no theory, nothing. I just saw a guitar with 6 strings on it, and I was like, how do you play this thing? And I wanted to be a drummer, but in my house we never had a drum set. So that idea was, long gone. Kind of like a Van Halen kind of thing. Yeah, right. So after months of just jamming out, learning my chords, learning the basic stuff, I said to myself, you know what? I'm liking this. I think this is something I can do. And ever since that, I picked up the guitar, it just felt good in my hands. It felt like a part of me. It felt like my instrument. So I decided to pursue it. My parents, they had a band, which they started in 1987. And they were wedding singers. So every Friday, Saturday, they had gigs. And when I was little, I would just go with them, just be there, be with my little Game Boy. Yeah, you're gonna know my age by this time. I mean, April 22nd, 1995, 20 years later, yeah, do the math. So there I was, being a little kid with my Game Boy, just then playing around. And but then came the chance for me to actually join the band. And I was like, yes, let's do this. So a year later comes April 22nd, 1995, my first gig, which is the day I consider to be the first day in my career. And I only knew 6 songs out of like the whole set, and there was plenty of songs. But I was happy. I was smiling so much. I was like, yeah, like I'm here now. Like, of course, all the other songs I wouldn't play them. I would just be like all quiet, the volume all the way down. It was an amazing time, and I remember it so much, so clearly. And to this point, I can't believe it's been 20 years. And like I said, I wouldn't change it. And I want to thank my parents, because even though they were all musicians, they never forced me to become one. Yes, occasionally they would ask me, when are you going to join the band? But I never felt forced. So it came naturally. So at 15, I decided, you know what, let's do this. And I felt proud, because it it was my family's business. I was with my parents, my brother, my sister. It felt good, you know, it felt right. So here we are 20 years later, and I still feel like that 15-year-old getting on stage for the first time, feeling scared, feeling nervous, but giving it all. Of course now I know my chords, I know my theory, I know my scale. I know way more than back then. But I'm still loving it. Like I said, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change a thing. I also want to thank my wife, because out of those 20 years, she's been with me 15. And she's always been with me through the bad, through the good, through the not so good, not so bad. She's a singer. She sings very nice. And I'll probably give her a YouTube channel too. And I want to thank her because she's been my #1 fan since the beginning. She always believed in me, and I wouldn't be here without her also, without her support. I want to thank God above all for blessing me with the gift of music, for allowing me to do this for 20 years now, and hopefully more to come. It's a true honor to be able to express myself through my music, through my guitar, even though I'm not using any words. And also a very special thanks to all of you who have supported me throughout the years with my other bands, my other projects. I thank you all, because without you guys, none of this can happen. So we're going for another 20, fingers crossed. And I also have a musician's channel on YouTube. Look at that guy, pretty handsome, huh? GhostFly 97. I'll put the name right here so you can subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share it all over. So there you go, guys. It's time to go out and celebrate, and we'll see you on the next one. Yeah.